an actor does his homework, an actor studies. And oftentimes in your studying, you can use imagination or you can kind of pull from your own life. And during the emotional journey of the character, you sit with the character, you start to discover things about their journey through your own journey with yourself. And it's a necessary trait as an actor to allow yourself to own the space that you're about to take up and be unapologetic about it.
For those kanaka, for those kids, mainly children, who will get the opportunity, as long as they ask their parents, to watch the show, it will change their lives. They will then have superheroes who are Hawaiian that they can look up to and want to be them.
Hi, welcome back to Between You and Me. I'm Star, and today we're diving into all things Chief of War. And I know you guys already know what this is. I've talked about it 1,000 million jillion times. But Chief of War comes out August 1st on Apple TV, and it is kind of the first big show that's ever been made about King Kamehameha and his journey to unify the Kingdom of Hawaii. And before I get into the lovely people who I have in this room with me that I'm actually pooping my pants, peeing my pants because I'm so excited, I just want to remind you guys that I'm actually a bigger deal than any of the people in this room. Because I also worked on that show, and I had the pleasure of being the assistant to Pa'a Sibit, who was our head writer. He created the show with Jason Momoa, to Justin Chan, also, who was our amazing director, and to Tracy Cook, who works for Churnin Entertainment, which was one of the production companies that partnered with Apple TV. And I got to be in it. I'm actually in the trailer. I bullied my way onto set to do stunts. And to prove it, I have a little...
Get out.
See that?
Yo!
Come on.
Dang.
Jason Momoa. So anyway, just to remind you guys before you get all excited about the gentlemen who are in the studio with me, remember where it started, okay? No, but in actuality, Chief of War was really huge for me as a creative, and it inspired who I would go on to be, what I would go on to create as a Kanaka, and it really ignited a passion to have a meaningful impact on the film infrastructure in Hawaii. And all of us have been doing work with ICANN, International Cultural Arts Network, whose mission is just that, to raise up local creatives so that they can chase their dreams, like the gentlemen have chased their dreams here in the studio. So we'll get into their whole long, amazing career. But just for starters, I'm going to introduce Brandon Finn, who plays Prince Kupule, Kahikili's son. Te Kohe Tuhaka, who plays Namake, brother to Jason Momoa, Kaiana, war chief to Kamehameha, and Siua Ikale'o, who plays Nahi, also brother to Jason Momoa.
Toko.
Welcome! Hi.
Hey.
Aloha.
That was so great.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you thought?
That's theft, though.
Yeah.
You stole the back of a chair from a production
Well,
This is the way I saw it.
gently asked for one, and
Paul, can you print me one of those backs, please? I'd like to use it as ammunition for my podcast. I'm with Siua. I'm with Te Kohe.
yeah, no, it was
Brandon.
the prop master.
Yeah.
I literally was like, "Hey, can I have one?" And he goes, "Yes," and
Really?
he snuck it to me. Yeah,
Dang.
I know.
I never got
That's kudos. I never stole mine either.
I
Yeah.
stole mine.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't get to keep it? Why
Well,
wouldn't you?
I
Don't
had
wanna risk
reason
it.
behind it, but I don't wanna really get into that.
Right.
It's very. I've already said too much. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Got it. We're moving on. And I'm
Yeah.
going to dive right into it.
Okay.
Yep.
Brandon, first question for you.
Okay.
What's your
Shoot.
buzzer sound first? What's your buzzer? Then you answer the question.
Are you playing the buzzer?
Oh, no. Okay. Carry on,
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah. Should I bring out my buzzer?
Ooh,
Maybe.
we got.
Why, are
We'll
we
do
on
quick
timer?
fire. Do a quick fire later.
Quick fire.
No,
I
not
really-
yet.
I
That
really
time
don't
will
like
come.
where this
He's
is
a
going.
true follower of the show. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that
Everybody's only here because Te Kohe said, everybody come.
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful to you.
Nah, cool.
You guys are big deals.
I will say this. It was Te Kohe's idea. It was.
Yes, thank you. I
You're
did know
welcome
that.
for being here, Te Kohe.
I've been
You're
asking
welcome.
Brandon, and he was like, nah. But
I don't know.
grateful.
Here we are.
Anyway, as you can see, these are my very good friends who love me very much.
This is gonna get messy.
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
Ready? Brandon, it's for you.
Okay.
Shoot, marry, kill. Jason Momoa, Cliff Curtis, Temuera Morrison.
Oh, just
Shoot,
this is
marry,
water
kill.
right here.
Those are my three fake. Oh no, that's a no. Can't answer the question.
You have to answer.
No, I've got PR on me. PR is like cut. Nah. Marry Jason, marry Tem, marry Cliff.
Ooh.
That's good.
Honestly, there's actually in that Jason Temuera and Cliff Curtis. No disrespect to you fools.
I'm taking.
For me, working with them three was like a dream come true. It really was. Jason specifically, I realized, oh, like if he wanted to, masterclass. He could teach a masterclass in action on film or action in film. He knew exactly where the frame was. He knew the beginning of the frame, the end of the frame, and he knew exactly where his big, massive body was within that frame. Tem had this beautiful balance between being like undeniably playful, and then he also, when he tapped in, he was just technically precise.
Yeah.
And then Cliff, like I'm there to play make pretend. Like I see that in you guys as well. Very playful, and I love that. I love spending time with you guys. Cliff is not there to play make pretend.
Yeah.
Cliff is there to throw the fucking kitchen sink at you.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't know when he's out and when he's in, and sometimes they've cut and he's like, no, he's still ready to throw the kitchen sink. Just give him the okay. But all to answer your question, marry Jason, marry Tem, marry Cliff. I love those guys.
Yeah.
I remember Pa telling me, well, I don't know if I can share that. He would go into, like, Cliff would call him into the trailer, and they'd be, like, rewriting stuff because, a lot was changing, like, in the moment.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And Cliff would be like, this is not how it goes. Like, I feel like my character would do this. And he'd suggest something absolutely bonkers, crazy, scary. And Pa would come back to me and be like, I think he's actually a crazy person. Like, he's incredible.
I remember
but, like,
Pa saying that.
Yeah, Pa was like,
Yeah.
because Pa is a sweet, sweet man.
Yeah. I remember it was a conversation out on the poly. You
Yeah.
would have that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a huge inspiration, and I think so perfect to play that role. Watching it just was so creepy to me.
Yeah.
In the best way.
His
in the
bits,
best way.
you mean? As Killwa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers.
No,
but
I'm on par.
yeah, okay. Te Kohe, next question is for you. Shoot, marry, kill. Pa'asabit, Doug Jung, Justin Chan.
Ooh. I definitely marry Justin.
Yeah?
Yeah. Definitely marry
I can
Justin.
see that.
Doug. I don't want to kill anyone, so I'm not going to kill him.
Maybe a gentle stab.
Maybe just a headlock. A little,
Yeah, headlock.
lazy
Copy
headlock.
that.
Star is not happy with any of these answers. She's like, no.
Well, you guys have been getting questions left
Doug,
and right.
I headlock for Doug. Shoot, marry, kill. And probably double headlock for both of them. I love them both. Like, I had some amazing conversations with Doug around his role and how, just the broader scope, everything that happened off screen, right? The journey that he was on as a professional in the industry, and then again with Pa'a and I had some hilarious conversations around the storylines and mainly cultural stuff, the connections between Hawaiians and Māori, and the big thing around that is, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but for us as Māori all the way down in freezing ass Aotearoa, which I made it very well known while we were shooting, it was hard to be a Hawaiian when it's freezing. Hashtag not Hawaii. Daily
posts.
But for us as Māori, we see Hawaii as the big brother, big sister. And it was an interesting time because I didn't really know the state of the industry here. I just thought I thought it was pretty much at the same level or ahead of the industry in Aotearoa. So to be a part of something that's going to help to kind of solidify and awaken storytelling here. That's not niche or kind of indie or kind of a little bit cultural misappropriation, those types of things. From a Māori's perspective, the responsibility of that was huge. So Pa and I would always talk about that. The biggest thing I learned off Pa is in Aotearoa, we shoot to budget. Everywhere else, they shoot to scale. And so I'm on that journey now as a producer, and I will shoot to scale, not to budget. Yeah, not to budget. We're good at it. Like, we're good at making things that feel like scale on a very small budget. But I think having gone through this process with Chief, seeing how it all happens, being privy to the work and the amount of fight that both Pa'a, Doug, Tracy, everybody did for the story, made me think, we need to give greater respect to our stories. So if it says 500 warriors come over Kalapana and arrive, then we got to find those 500 warriors, right? We've got to find those 500 warriors. So, yeah, I think this is a massive eye-opener for the world, but mainly for Polynesian cultures. Yeah.
And I want to touch on that in a little bit, but Siua, I haven't forgotten about you.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, see what you hit.
You have one
It's
too.
hard to forget about Siua.
I can't.
I was
Yeah.
hoping you would forget about
You're
that.
6'7". I can't. forget
Siua
about
also
you.
will attempt to just disappear into the wall like he can.
Oh,
Yeah.
not in this room. Are you ready?
I'd still attempt to, but yeah, let's go.
Okay. Shoot, marry, kill. Te Kohe Tuhaka, Brandon Finn, Kaina Mokua.
Oh, easy. I'm just kidding.
For it.
Kill, kill, kill.
You better say the right answer here, see what?
Anybody, like I say, anybody that knows me, anybody that met me on set, get ready. I'm just kidding. I'd rather shoot, marry, kill myself than to choose any of these guys.
You can't marry yourself. They banned that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Don't shoot down his dream. Let him, if he wants to marry himself, let him marry himself.
I'm just saying what is legal and what is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your cousin, you can. Third cousin.
See what you
Okay,
just...
let's
when
turn
you-
this around now. You're more interesting at this point.
You look me in the eye when you say shoot, Te Kohe. I want you to look me in the eye.
Go ahead with your answer.
I think I'm married. No, I'm just kidding. I can't answer that. These, wait, who is it? Kaina?
Uh-huh.
Te Kohe.
And
And Brandon.
yeah, Brandon.
You guys, come on.
What are you?
These were supposed to be fun icebreaker questions.
No, we're getting serious. We're getting serious.
You guys are
answers
getting
out of us.
serious, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get serious in a moment.
Well, I'll talk about each of these gentlemen that you mentioned right there. These are my palalas from day one.
Yo,
Day one. Every single one. I met this guy while we're doing stunt training,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I'm walking in there. I don't know anything. I can't move for whatever reason. But this guy turned around and just, hey, what's up? And I met this guy. You ever hug this guy?
Dense.
I met him for the first time.
Dense.
I was like, okay, let go already. No, I was just kidding. But there's such a welcoming between all these three guys that some as big as I am, I'm like he said, I would rather disappear. But you get the warmth from these three. I can't decide. Never.
Bro, I love you. I really do.
I find that
I
so
kind of just like Te Kohe,
Mm.
but I love Siua.
I could go have words with your manager after this.
No, I do. I did. I spent. I don't want to speak for the two of them, but I did. I spent the most time with Te Kohe, the most time with Siua. I love these brothers. I really do. Like, if it was, I don't want to complain or sound negative at all, but sometimes you go through a job becomes a job. There's difficulty with the job, but that being said, having people like Siua, like Te Kohe, who are going through it with you,
Yeah.
it made all the difference in the world, man.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah. I mean, acting is really hard. And I've tried that and I'm not good at it.
No,
yet.
don't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's like...
But can you talk a little bit about how you stayed grounded when you are in a job that's so emotionally and physically demanding?
I've been doing this for 20-something years, and I'm very process-driven. So I build myself my own process roadmap. And the process has to be something that is repeatable, and that I'm able to change or shift as the shoot itself. So evolve it as the shoot itself goes along. So that's pretty much my way into character and my way out of character. On top of that, because I've been doing this for a long time, I also only exist as the character between the words action and cut. Outside of that, I do my best to either conserve energy or raise energy. with the people around me. That includes the crew, that includes producers. I try to have enough energy, I'll be able to read the room, all the sands, all the forests that we're shooting, all the rivers, all the oceans, and see what is required. And I feel like, as an actor, I'm a strong people's watcher, so if I feel like someone needs their energy raised, I'll try and find a way in on that, raise the energy. And if I feel like energy needs to be brought down, I'll find a way in that and bring the energy down. So when things get crazy, people are yelling out, we're running out of light, we're not going to make this shot, Jason, where are you going? Turn the music, all of those things. I kind of pride myself on sensing the responsibility to be able to move in that space. And then there'll be times for character stuff where I just need my own space to get out of it. So, but it just comes with the years of experience and working with different people, working on different sets, working in different countries.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, in contrast to that, Siua, you have not been working as long. Right. You didn't have as much experience. Fact check me, but I remember that you had done like just a couple of films, like a student film right before this, and there wasn't much before.
Yeah, over a span of like from 2009 on and off, I was doing student films, short films, and then 2022, I was like, let me pursue this, and the first thing I booked was Chief of War.
How did that feel? Like, what was going through your mind?
As always, when I get compliments or anything, I just want to like sink in and let.
You know that gif where Homer disappears into the hedge?
Yeah.
That was Siua like every day.
Every day, yeah.
I wasn't joking about what I said earlier. Like, if you give him the chance, he will do it.
Yeah.
He just, there he goes.
But
all 6'7" of him.
Camouflage.
What are you doing?
I think I'm good at it. I don't know. Like, people still find me somehow. But to get that news and then be on set was such a intimidating thing. But to have this guy right here, Jason, and just to sit there and watch them and the way they kind of take me in off set and on set. As much as I like to believe I'm a good actor and I got the role for a reason, damn, let me say it. I deserve that role.
Come on.
That's right. You say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it one more
I
time.
deserve that role. That was mine.
Yeah.
But to stay grounded was to absorb the wealth from Te Kohe, Temura, Cliff, Brandon. A lot of times, my favorite scenes that I would do is the ones I don't say anything at all.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
Because I just sit there and I watch Brandon and TK go at it, and I'm just like, breathing the mana.
That scene
You know what I
he's
mean?
talking about in particular, I kid you not, it's Te Kohe and I, we're doing this dialogue back and forth. And in between setups, I'm looking at Siua. Siua's in the corner. He's pulling out his sides, and he's checking our dialogue, and he's making sure. Because truth be told, you're like, Te Kohe and I were like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just chill.
But truthfully, he wanted to make sure he was locked in every single time.
Yeah.
Because you just never know. You just never know unless you're checking the monitor every single time, where you are. If you're on screen, and if you're on screen, you better be paying attention.
Yeah.
Instead of picking your nose or whatever else you get caught doing. But all to say, like, it was credit to Siua, because he was always willing to do above and beyond to just be as locked in as possible.
We had this moment. We were shooting a scene, and it was right next to the ocean. It was a night shoot, and Joe's delivering those lines. And we couldn't hear anything. And I'm standing next to the flames, and you can just hear the flames, and all of a sudden, just staring at him like, say your lines, say your lines.
Oh, yeah.
Say your lines now, hurry up. Look back at the camera and see what says his line. And then I'm like, just hear Jason finish. Now say your next line, say your line. He's finished. Go. It was like, because the way it was all set up was so beautiful on the screen, but we just couldn't hear each other.
Yeah.
You just couldn't hear because of the ocean and all of that.
Wasn't that within like the first week?
It was the first out. It was like
was-
the third day or something.
Third day,
Yeah,
but that was the
yeah.
first acting scene.
Yeah.
I think
We're
there's
straight
first, like,
into it with
dialogue
Justin
stuff.
and
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
Man.
What a way to start. Well, I'm curious how, and this is kind of a heavier question because there's been a lot of feedback from the community and people having issues with non-Hawaiian people playing Hawaiians in this film. And I'm curious what it was like for all of you to prepare to play roles that had such a heavy meaning to Hawaiian history and to had legacy.
First off, I didn't, like I said, like I didn't know the state. Like I was really surprised that I got an audition for this, and I was like, "Hey, surely these must be lots of Hawaiians that can do this." And then second to that, I was just like, "Well, it's an audition. I'm never going to turn it down." So I did the tape. Moving fast forward, get cast, all of those things. Have my initial meetings with Jay. We talk about Namaka Eha, who's Jason's ancestor. It's Jason's middle name as well. And then the language, the Olelo Hawaii come up, and I'm all for it. So for me, Māori is my first language, English is my second. I love my language, I love my culture. I know historically some of the history between the migration of my ancestors from Hawaii through the islands to Aotearoa. And I'm just a language nerd as well. I love learning other languages. And so to be paired up, and I think the person that needs the most credit, or the people that deserve the most credit, is the likes of Keawe, all of our language experts.
Yeah.
Keawe is a hard taskmaster too. He does not
Psychotic.
muck around. Yeah.
Psychotic.
He does not muck around.
I say that those are his words as well. It's not like I'm just calling him that. He calls himself psychotic, and
Yeah.
he knows that.
And I always knew there was going to be some fallout. It doesn't matter what the project is, right?
Yeah.
There's fallout, there's opinions. It just, but I'm also of the school, all publicity is good publicity, good or bad, right? And so people's views, all good. But due to the language and the history of the language and the history of Hawaii, I made a personal commitment to not just learn my lines in Hawaiian. I spent the whole time prior to shoot and during shoot learning how to speak Hawaiian. And we had this cool moment actually where Kainai and I went and did a talk to one of the Māori schools in Aotearoa, Puani Waititi. It was just him and I. It was organised. He was giving a talk on Kauai, the farming, the kalo and all, and his journey. He would speak in Hawaiian, and I would translate it into Māori. They would ask questions in Māori, and I would translate it back to him in Hawaiian. That's the level I managed to get to. I was literally sitting there looking at kind of going, I'm doing it. And he's like, yes, you're doing it.
I remember Te
really
Te
good.
Kohe during the awa ceremony, and this was at the very beginning.
yeah.
I remember all of these olis, these chants happening, and I'm sitting next to Te Kohe, and I can hear Te Kohe responding to the olelo that he's hearing, and I'm looking at Te Kohe like, how are you doing this? Because like we're all still kind of learning each other at the very beginning. He's like, nah, this guy's full of shit. And then I realized, like, no, hey, that's not the type of guy Te Kohe is. He's actually understanding what's happening here. I always gave Te Kohe a lot of credit. I did.
Yeah.
To be that quick about it is it's unbelievable in the best way possible. I do.
And like it wasn't all like being a bookworm or anything like that. I do really appreciate and give love to Keawe because I struggled to do it over Zoom. So we would have our languages over Zoom.
Yeah.
And and at the time I was shooting and producing The Convert, which was a film that I was a part of, but it was all in Māori. And so the two languages may have similarities, but their deliveries are really different. And so I had to retrain my mouth and my tongue to be softer and less harsh, because the reo itself, much like the water, much like the weather, can sound harsh, cold, not Hawaii. And then Olelo Hawaii is the total opposite. It's warm, it's lyrical, it's like R&B, love Hawaii. And so those two worlds coming together, I literally had to switch my Māori brain off and really lean into this creating of ngā make eha and really feeling the warmth. And so when I landed in Hawaii, it just went, everything just went boom. I went, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I'm Hawaiian. Why do I ever live in New Zealand? I'm never going back.
You want to see my impersonation of Te Kohe in Hawaii? Still filming the whole time? This is Te Kohe in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's so warm here. It's beautiful.
And now this is Te Kohe in New Zealand.
Anybody look up the hashtag not Hawaii. It's only Te Kohe that has that hashtag. Yeah.
It's true. Daily.
Yeah.
Daily he would post like, oh, this is miserable.
Yeah.
In so few words. Or emojis. It'd be the freezing guy. It would be the blue face, freezing. And you just,
Yeah.
That was what he was posting all the time.
So I think as far as I pay no attention to it, because for those kanaka, for those kids, mainly children, who will get the opportunity as long as they ask their parents to watch the show, it will change their lives. They will then have superheroes who are Hawaiian that they can look up to and want to be like. I jump real back to, I came here for my honeymoon with my wife. Deadlands was like going around the world. We
Is
were
this the
in-
Halloween story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in Ala
yeah.
Moana doing some shopping, and it was Halloween. And they closed the store for like an hour or something, and kids can run around and they're all dressed up. I was standing on one of the overbridges on the second level. We were just leaning there, and there were these keiki dressed up as characters from Deadlands. And I went, how are they going to get a kick out of this? And so they were all like running, and I yelled out the catchphrase from the actual
Deadlands, yeah.
film. I went, "Ho toama!" And these kids just went, and they come sprinting. And everyone came, and I just thought, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And or to have that happen, and then years to pass, and now to have this happen, there will be keiki in malls dressed up as the kaianas of the world, as the stars, as the Brandons, as everybody. Right? And I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. Yeah.
Well, I think your perspective is so interesting coming from New Zealand and being so enriched in your culture and Māori being your first language. And there is so many similarities between Māoris and Hawaiians. Yet, what I've come to notice as a contrast is that there are so many access points for New Zealanders, Māori people, to their language, to their culture, to their practitioner. We're here. So much of that has been stripped away. So there is just like a generational, almost like oppression that's stamped into our DNA to want things back to how it was originally. You know, like there's less of this fluid idea of let's just make it and make it really good, and to encourage people all over the world to know our story, you know. Brandon, I'm curious, you're from Hawaii. I'm curious your experience with taking this on, not being Hawaiian, but feeling like, yes, you deserve this role and you did a great job. Like, what was that like for you?
Is this me here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my response. No kalani ku pule ka uhana. No ke opuni o Maui. A no ka hui Hawaii. Mahalo nui. Kiko po.
Eyo. Okay, translate for the Portuguese over here,
Kiko
please.
po. Kiko po. End pronunciation. End punctuation. Wow, I just messed that up. End punctuation. That's it.
Kiawe's going to call you, I know.
No, I meant like translate it for me. Like, what did you say?
Kiko po.
Oh, okay. And moving on. Siua, what was it like to see yourself in costume for the first time?
Oh, who told you to ask me that question? I'm just kidding. Can I answer the questions about being non-Hawaiian?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I have a couple phases about this. First is I wanted to prove myself as an actor that I got the role. Now I'm going to go and be a good actor, a great actor to the best of my ability. And then I get here and I meet all the Hawaiians. I meet Keawe. I meet.
Tell us
you
who
know,
Keawe is for people who don't know.
Keawe Goodhue is a nut job.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, he's not kidding.
Keawe Goodhue
Keawe Goodhue is
is
a nut job.
He was our language coach.
We love you, Keawe.
And we go to him for everything. So first, I wanted to prove myself as that I'm good. I'm a good actor. And then I came here and I met Keawe, and then I met a couple of Kanakas, and I met all of them. And most of the people I met were teaching me of aloha without going through like, this is the definition of aloha, just the way they presented themselves. And I'm like, gosh, I'm gonna be portraying a Hawaiian. I'm not Hawaiian, and that's what I need to portray. So now the phase 2 is to represent Kanaka to the best of my ability. And Keawe was one hammer that you got to a point where we were doing a session, and he was going all kinds of ways, coming up creatively with ways to get me to sound Hawaiian. And it took about a couple hours. Then he stepped away for whatever reason. I get a call from my auntie. I talked to her for like 5 minutes in Tongan.
I knew you were gonna tell this story.
I talked to her for 5 minutes in Tongan. And Keawe comes back, and we're basically back to
Square one.
zero.
You want
Look.
me to play Keawe? I'll play Keawe.
Go.
You finish your.
So
talk.
Keawe comes back after hours and hours of like,
Pretend getting off the phone.
okay,
In Tongan.
so Gab, what you got?
Wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah?
Do me a favor.
Okay.
Don't ever speak that language ever again.
Damn it.
That's the way I saw it, Keawe. We're talking about you.
This is actually how we went.
Yeah. Don't ever
Hey.
speak Tongan again.
This is actually, hey, fucker. I forbid you ever talk Tongan again.
I got
I-
the
He
same
did.
thing.
He was upset.
I got the same.
So
Yeah.
I respect that guy so much
Yeah.
for guiding us through
So
this.
good.
And after my experience on Chief of War, I only have the utmost respect for Kanaka.
Mm-hmm.
And I acknowledge I am Tongan, I'm not Kanaka. But whatever I picked up from the show, I took it with me to a point that I actually used Olelo in a situation in my real life to de-escalate a situation. So I told Keawe that story, and then he just like wanted to cry. He never cries though, but he wanted to.
He's like,
Mm.
yeah,
Well, can you tell us the story?
I encountered a person who was experiencing some mental crisis, and everyone around him wanted to just call the police or everything like that. And I heard that it was Olelo. I picked up a few things that he was saying, and then I just went up to him. Well, they called me to be a part of it, so I went up to him and I said, "E kalamai." And whatever broken Olelo I could get at that time, I said, "Pono I ko una au e lohe I ko pilikia." So what I was saying is like, it's important for me to understand, or at least that's what I think I was saying. it's important.
another one who's going to get a phone call from Calvin.
That's very true. I was saying to him, it's important to me to understand what you're upset about. But I gotta, and then I said something, but I gotta communicate with you in English. But for him to hear his native language, it brought him down to agree that he's gonna speak with me English, so we can understand what was going on. So that's my third phase about this is, I took what I gathered from the experience, and was able to, while being Tongan, to help someone in crisis. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
The guy was speaking Hawaiian?
Yeah. So
When
basically, he
did
was
this
upset
happen?
about, I think last year,
Last year, like before the reshoots or after the reshoots?
before reshoots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the first time I heard you tell the story.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just remembered I was talking to Kaina yesterday.
Oh, dang.
So basically, he was upset that there wasn't a Hawaiian interpreter available for him
While he was there.
while he was there, and then
No.
he decided he's not going to speak English. So whatever I picked up
Yeah.
was, was able to help a brother, a palala out in a situation.
That is beautiful, bro. That's beautiful.
Well, I love what you said that really, and this is true for me, that being Kanaka is to have aloha in your heart.
Right.
And I don't think that aloha is only for people with like Hawaiian blood. I think that it's something that we can all access and tap into, and that's what bonds us all, so that's really beautiful.
You know who does something did something similar? It was Kaina. The first time I met Kaina. Refused to speak Olelo Haole. Refused to speak English. And I could use all the help I could get.
Yeah.
He did. He refused to speak
Yeah.
anything but Hawaiian until he got in trouble at the gym. And then he was
Oh,
you remember
Barbara.
this?
Oh,
Right, he was
Bob.
lifting Barbara. I think everyone's name was Barbara.
Barbara.
Hashtag Barbara.
She could have been Karen for all I care.
Yeah.
But
Barbara.
he was lifting barefoot, and she did not like that he was lifting barefoot. And it's the first time I ever heard Kaina speak English before.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he was trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And I appreciate and I commend him for doing it, because truthfully, the more I listened to, the better off I could be anyway. But he didn't. He spoke to me strictly in Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard him speak English, Barbara, his friend at the gym, was giving him a rough time, like, oh, you're not supposed to be barefoot at the gym, yada, yada, this and that. And she finally tells Kaina, what's your name? And I hear Kaina, the first time ever, he goes, what's your name?
Yeah.
My name's Kaina. What's your name? She goes, Barbara. Barbara, okay, I'll go take care of this right now. That's the first time I ever heard Kaina speak English.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I was more shocked that I was
Yeah.
hearing
English.
him speak English than him actually getting
weren't
into a
even worried
scuffle
about
with
Barbara
Barbara.
at that point.
Yeah. I was, cause same thing with you.
Yeah.
Kaina wouldn't speak English to any of us.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
No kidding.
I love
And
it.
then at some point,
me,
I should thank Barbara. Thank you, Barbara, for allowing him to speak English to us.
language nerd.
Forcing it out of him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
absolutely love
Well,
it.
the language aspect, this is going to be the first time for so many Hawaiians to hear Hawaiian language on TV. We have like Olelo channel, but there is not, I would say, like pure entertainment in a mainstream media with Hawaiian. Like, how do you feel like that's going to impact young Hawaiians, and even like young Hawaiian men to watch this?
Strengthen it. It will strengthen it. It definitely will have a roll-on effect. Like there is such thing as our parents' generation, even to like my generation. It's a little bit too late, but it's never too late for kids.
Yeah.
And they are they are tomorrow. They are the years ahead. So
Well, do you really think it's too late for like the grown-ups?
I'm speaking from the perspective of normalizing it, so that it's everyone's on their own language journey, their own cultural journey, but with children, it's up to the parents to give them the language and the opportunity, especially if you don't have it yourself. Case in point is I only speak Māori to my children, so my wife is on her journey, because if she doesn't go on a language journey, then she doesn't know when we're talking about her.
Don't lie, you like some of that. Don't.
And so I feel like that's what this is, Chief of War, that's what it will do. It will make speaking Hawaiian cool, and everything is about trends, right? And when you're at Punanaleo, all of these places, it's normalized. The language is normalized. The outside world hasn't infiltrated it to make it a thing. And so, Chief, from my own language perspective and understanding, is another rung in the ladder to normalization of Kanaka, the language, Olelo Hawaii, and your stories. So that it's, and to put it in a framework where like sci-fi and all these other genres can be made and be seen on Apple, puts it in the same tier system as, that's my culture, that's my language, it is worthy because it's on this platform. It's a sad reality, but it's also a positive that comes out of it. Like if it's on this platform and it's playing before or after Ted Lasso or whatever everyone else is watching, it puts it in the same stratosphere and gives it the same amount of viewing respect.
Yeah. And I want to give you guys your props and Keawe props for language, because I remember when we had just started shooting and they took the dailies to one of the immersion schools, Pa'a and somebody
yes.
and Keawe.
Oh,
They went and were like, the kids were blown away that most of you were not native speakers. That kind of was the only one. And even so, I was watching the series with a friend of mine and his family who are all native speakers. And they were also so impressed. And even like, there were times when Cliff used a lot of T's, you know, and he was like, you know, people are going to say something about that, but like back in that time, like that is historically what they would probably have sounded like. And they were more weirded out by the captions, saying, I don't know if the captions exactly say that, but their Hawaiian is great. So big props to you guys.
Oh, thank
I can't
you. Mahalo,
imagine
mahalo.
bringing on like the character and then also needing to say all of it in a different language. Did that change your process at all with portrayal and acting?
It strengthened mine because it was part of the framework. So the basis of my framework for getting ready was the language. Once I felt comfortable and settled in the language, everything else just fell into place.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they say when you speak like two languages, sometimes the third can be a lot easier or simpler, and Hawaiian and Maori being similar. And you speaking Tongan and English, like did you experience that the third time, or Hawaiian was comparable or almost simpler? Yeah,
well, I gotta be humble about this, because when I first started, I thought because I speak Tongan fluently that I can this will be easy. But it's a humbling experience to learn, first of all, just to hear the melody of it, and then be in love with the melody of it, and then now getting to learn it. So it's a beautiful language.
And Brandon, do you speak another language?
No,
so how was it
English,
for you?
English.
It's like your second language.
Yeah, it made the studying process, the acting process, just much longer than it's usually at. And so acting itself, it's like, you know, I don't want to take what I'm about to say is like aside from language, but forms of communication, this is what I believe and this is what I was taught. It's strongest with your body language. Then comes the tone of voice. Then it's actually what you're saying. And it's in that order. That's the most important, second most important, third most important. It doesn't matter which language. Now the process of learning what I'm about to say, of course I had to sit with that much longer than I would obviously with English. And so in that sense, it was just putting my self-discipline to the test, which was okay, because push comes to shove, my self-discipline, I'll take my self-discipline any day. It's just a matter of making sure I get it every single day. Waking up, study, go to sleep, study. It became like almost olelo by osmosis. I'm sleeping with the book, with Keawe's voice in my ear. And he loved it. He can pretend otherwise. He loved it.
He did.
He did.
Yeah. I want to say something that made me, something I take with me for auditions and acting. And auditions aside, because it's a weird thing to do self-tapes, but early on when we were training, we did a va'a training. And it's a whole other story.
You've already started. You have to finish the story now.
But to get back to the acting, how it's making me a better actor was Uncle Archie. There's a couple phases. I'm talking about phases again of va'a training, and this is about water and the va'a that I take with me to the acting. Because I stepped into va'a not knowing anything. I can't swim for anything.
No way. Like life vest needed, lifeguard on duty kind?
Life vest, singular? Life
Yeah.
vest, plural. Look at him.
The story came back to me like this. Ho, bruh, you know Siua? I said, yeah, bruh. You know man no can swim. I was like, really? He was like,
Wait,
yeah.
but there was so much water.
Didn't they put you in the pool? They put you in the pool.
They did put me in the pool, but early on, and they tested me just like throwing me in the water, and then anyway, the point to get back to acting is okay. We got through that. And
swimming
now
and acting.
we got to week 2 of training in the va'a. And Uncle Archie just said, Siua, 3 hours, do nothing. You just sit here. Connect yourself to the vai, to the water, to the vai. Connect yourself to the va'a. The ancestors will take care of you.
Yeah.
Eh? And I love that aloha from him. But I took that to acting, right? So I go to a set, whatever set we're about to film in. Sometimes I like to sneak the set first and then just say, hey, look at these, the aina here. Right?
Move around the space.
We're in this space.
Yeah.
And I did a TV show recently where we were filming on a set. And the main actor was like, hey, Siwa, like, let's go over there and have lunch and all that. And I'm going to have lunch on set because that's where my character is, like, comfortable at. So I set that in. But I want to say what I learned from Chief is that moment right there, that amongst other things is the connection to that made me, I think, a better actor in some sense.
Connection to your space, to your surroundings, to your environment.
That's Uncle Archie there.
Yeah, no, I feel
Then
that.
he threw me in the water again.
Well, what about you guys? What's something that playing this role taught you about yourself?
You want to go, Teeks?
There you go.
No? I don't want to give away too much about storylines.
Sure.
But a lot of, talk about an actor does his homework, an actor studies. And oftentimes in your studying, you can do one of two things usually. You can use imagination, or you can kind of pull from your own life. And everybody has their own preferences and what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes, like, if you ask me, you kind of have to just go with what's working. And sometimes that's not the healthiest option. It just happens. And during the emotional journey of the character, at least for me, you sit with the character. Each of us here. Te Kohe sitting with Namake, Siua sitting with Nahi, myself sitting with Kalani Kupule. You start to discover things about their journey through your own journey with yourself. And I realized, like, my relationship with my dad became something that I would pull upon with my relationship with Temueta's character. And initially I didn't like it because it was pulling some things that were really, digging some things up here. And at the same time, I remember making a decision where if it comes up between, to your point, action and cut, just let it happen. Just let it happen. But it's one of those things where I speak for myself when I say this. In your normal life, you feel something come up within you, and you're like, oh, I don't want to feel that way. I'm gonna suppress that. I don't. It's like I don't like these feelings I'm having. And then at some point, you fall in love with the performing arts. You fall in love with the performing arts. You realize, like, just let it go, man. That in particular, my relationship with my dad, it was one that I looked upon a lot, and I didn't expect that. And it kind of made me appreciate my relationship with my dad. It did, more so than I already. I don't want to be here with 3 sons talking about their fathers. You could tell stories for days, but sometimes the father and son relationship can be a very tumultuous thing. And I'm being a little bit over general here, but it made me appreciate that relationship that I had myself with my own dad.
Well, I mean, you all are playing warriors, and it's very, like, masculine energy, right? And I'm curious, as men, forced to be vulnerable with your feelings, but you're also playing warriors. How does that play into your idea of masculinity, or, like, what you think of it? Like, what does it mean to be a man? And how do you portray it? But then how do you also do the emotional work to be an actor, a good one? And I'm just curious where you land there.
It was an interesting thing for me is I've learned more about how to be a man from a woman. I was raised by my mum, and she taught me more about being a man than any man can and has ever. And so understanding and being able to lean into emotion is quite easy for me. Easy in the sense that I welcome it. So if I'm a little bit opposite to Brandon, I wake it up. I wake it up.
Yeah. No, I've seen you do it
Yeah.
too. I have, like,
I
witnessing
wake it
you
up.
do it.
As soon as I feel it, I start stoking the fire. And I hold it, wait for the word, and then go.
I don't see you put up any gates.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, I see you just keep the gates down. And I give you a lot of credit for that. I have a hard time with that. I tend to try to keep them up as long as possible.
Yeah.
I really do.
And for the whole, like, I don't know what masculinity is. Like, I know what I feel. And I know what I respond to. And I know what repels me. And so I've got 3 sons, and I'm a bit of a hard taskmaster when it comes to being a dad. But I've also, on this journey of being a father, have to realize that what worked for me doesn't necessarily work for my sons. They're not growing up in the same world that I grew up in. They don't get the same. The actual environment itself is not the same. So I have to tell myself to stop to listen to how my sons would like me to father them. And it's hard. It's hard.
What's really interesting about what I heard you say is that, similar to a conversation I've had with people in this room about what it means to be Hawaiian, I had Kanoi Robinson, who's Kamako's sister, on, and she just said, I'm tired of talking about what it means to be Hawaiian. If you're Hawaiian, who you are, that's what it means. There doesn't need to be a definition. And I've never heard it explained about masculinity or femininity.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't question the fact that I'm Māori. I'm just Māori. But I have been asked, what's it like being a Māori actor? And I said, I'm not a Māori actor. I'm an actor who happens to be Māori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my culture is my platform because of the teachings and the way I was raised. I grew up in a small town, and I'm a firm believer that small town values fix big city problems. Because community is tangible. Family get-togethers are tangible because you all live so close together, and there's so much space around you to run amok. So the understanding of what aloha and aroha, you're not learnt it, you grow with it. And it's in the teachings in the eyes of my mother, it's in the teachings in the eyes of my grandparents. And so I do feel the pressure as a father to, and it's just because my brain is so, what is the most efficient way to be able to do this, Te Kohe? But that's not how children's minds work. They live in the moment, they look at things, I'm 100% focused on that, and that's all I'm focused on. And my children especially are 100% focused on that one thing right now, and I'm 100%, and so for me, it's just trying to find that space in between them to say, what else do you need from me as your father? It was a bit of a tangent, but hey.
We should just end it right there. How are we
Hey,
gonna? No. That's,
Cheers.
That's
Okole luna.
Yeah. that was brilliant. I
Yeah,
loved
it
that.
was. It was very beautifully said. I heard you talk about like things that are tangible and intangible, and it makes me think about acting. You know, I'm taking 3 classes, and almost immediately understanding that it's about bringing down the barriers and going deep inside. And it seems like your work is all about intangibles. And I'm curious, as somebody who, I'm such a perfectionist, recovering perfectionist, and trying to build something, it frustrates me when I don't have a tangible outcome to my work. You know.
Oh, for sure. I get that.
Yeah, I'm curious what that battle is like for you.
Well, let me jump in here quickly, just to
Go,
say
go,
this.
go.
One of the biggest questions that I asked myself early on is, how am I able to give a character respect, life, and breath if I don't know that for myself? So, because system again, you have to know where you start and where the character starts. And so that when you're in, you know where to come back to. because of the things in like the tangible things for actors are things like shoes, pants. Like Jason is the perfect example of using outside influences to fuel his character.
Oh, he's genius. He's genius when it comes to that. Yeah.
But he knows where he starts.
Yeah.
And where the character starts.
Yeah.
And so coming back to that, and it's almost like taking off a costume. It's an undressing of that energy, that voice and that thinking. And if you are fortunate enough to get a role where you're inside a character for long enough, that world can get real intense and you can get lost in it. So I'm a massive believer, like, Te Kohe starts here, Namake starts here. At the end of the day, I go back to being Te Kohe, and if I feel like there's still little bits and pieces of Namake floating around in me, I just lean into my system. Oh, I need this thing here today.
I remember having the opportunity to ask you about that too, because I would be really open with you and with Siua about feeling like, man, I feel so vulnerable, and I know hypothetically I gotta go back into this state tomorrow. And so how do I be sure to turn it off and then turn it back on again? And sometimes, for me at least, it would often get blurred. I'm just sharing that to give more credit to you about what you said. But like, Te Kohe starts here, Namake starts right here, and then it's reverse.
And even
again.
when it's 1 a.m. on the beach,
Yeah.
in Aotearoa,
naked,
freezing.
Butt cheeks out.
Te Kohe starts here.
Yeah.
Namake starts in the freezing water over here, calling e ale for the la to come up.
I loved that they had you chant that.
That's in the trailer too.
Oh, no way.
He's butt naked in that.
Wait,
and then-
naked.
Naked.
Yes.
Naked.
Okay, let's go.
Go.
Siua, go.
I was
Get in
about
there.
to say, I've been in a couple scenes, but not right on that one. So many scenes I've been with in Te Kohe, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Not the naked one.
Not the naked
right.
one.
I thought you guys were holding hands.
That's season 2. Yeah.
Some bloopers.
This is bloopers. but what about Steve's talking about? Sometimes if I'm just mostly Siua all the time, and we get into a scene, I'm talking to Te Kohe and in action, and I see Te Kohe. He goes somewhere else, and then I'm like, oh, hey, I think we'll be serious right now. And sometimes I can't tell, but it motivates me to work on my ethics on how to pursue or perform other scenes and other shows.
Yeah.
So this guy is something else. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that answer the question you had though about
Kind of,
tangibles and intangibles?
And I do have a follow-up question because
Yeah.
I realized I was also asking about when it comes to work and gauging success in intangibles and tangibles.
Yeah, no, I see. Okay, that's I sensed a little bit of that in your question. I don't like results. Like I don't like results. The way I see it is you either love the craft or you don't love the craft. And it's okay. It's okay if you at some point in your journey or in your life did love the craft and then you fall out of love.
yeah.
That's a human thing. We fall out of love with things. That's okay.
I fall out of love for every audition
That you don't get.
that I don't get.
But it's
It's like a podcast.
you kind of have to just to stay mentally healthy. But if I don't want to give unsolicited advice, but there's a lot of people I imagine that are in a space that want to find a way to get in
Yeah.
or get their foot in the door. And if you ask me, if your love for the craft, for the performing arts is still intact on any given day throughout your journey, you already won. I don't believe in looking for results, because if you're looking for results, it's like the more you grip the thing, the more it becomes this elusive, intangible thing. Don't go for the results.
No, because it'll...
That's
Like, I'm 100% process driven.
yeah.
Just pour all my energy into the process. Everything else will take care of itself.
Interesting.
Because if you jump right, say you're shooting a film and you're already standing on the red carpet, the film will pass you by, and then you'll get to that moment and you'll go, oh, I missed it all. You didn't, like, you weren't in it. So for me, it's all about just 100% about the process, about the people who are on that project at that time for that period,
Right.
giving them and the process everything, all of my respect and myself respect for what I'm doing, and everything else will take care of itself until it doesn't.
And that happens.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something about, we talk about Gavin being a psycho. This guy's work ethic
Yeah.
and his passion for his craft is another level where I have to process this over time to understand him.
Mm-hmm.
And we, like you say, we spent so much time together, and at a certain point, I said, "I got you now." Like,
Oh, what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
got you now.
I remember.
Like, I don't understand why are you so like aggressive and passionate about certain things. I didn't understand it until I did, and I'm like, okay, this guy is he's gonna be a master at this, and he's gonna,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So,
appreciate you, Bob. I really do.
I mean, your process is really gnarly. I've gotten little bits of it here and there because
Thank
you
you.
taught at ICANN.
Yes.
And
yes.
over the years, I've gotten to see so many different people come in and teach. And you are definitely the most meticulous
Mm-hmm.
and like craft process oriented. It's like you have this like Sudoku Tetris like sheet where there's like, I forget what it's called, but it's a table. Like you go here, okay, this. But then within
Yeah.
each of those boxes is still the intangible emotional work that you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And I haven't met many actors or people who decide to teach class as well.
Yeah.
Who combine that in a really straightforward and eloquent way. So I
Thank
give
you
you
for
that.
sharing that. Star.
Elegant
Thank
and
you.
eloquent.
Both.
It's all the technicality of it. I can geek out all day.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like that'll never get me tired. I can talk about it for as long as you guys want to. I will say this: the technical aspect of what we do, the technicality of it all, it's all just a setup for us to find ourselves in vulnerable moments.
Mm.
That's all it's meant to do.
It's
And if-
to do the things that
Yeah.
not most normal people don't want to do,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
and feel the stuff that.
Okay,
most-
but that being said, you're saying that the character and the work to get there exists between action and cut.
Yeah.
But what happens when you've dig into things, and like how do you just like do you turn it off, or like how do you continue to do the work to uncover your emotional Rolodex, how to get there
Well, let's-
outside of that?
Let's steal something that what Siua does. He's put into his own craft now. He spends time in that space. As an actor, you have to, whilst it's happening, you have to, in some way, shape, or form, and it comes back to the individual and the craftsman and the craftswoman, to rather than question what it is you're doing or feeling, own it. Okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Oh
this.
yeah.
And you just sit in it, and you take your time, and you just and you really allow yourself to feel, to play, to project that thing that is required for that shot or for that scene. And once you give yourself permission to be that powerful, everything else just opens, just goes da 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 da.
I think in another word to add to what you just said, to be unapologetic about it.
Yeah.
Especially as a kid from Hawaii, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's a necessary trait as an actor to allow yourself to own the space that you're about to take up and be unapologetic about it. It's not something that's commonly taught.
Right.
You know, especially with, I don't want to get too far into the tourism industry or the hospitality
Talk about it.
industry, but that's very much what Hawaii's business is geared toward. With tourists coming to, it's very almost subservient with making sure that the tourists feel welcome, that the tourists have a good time and drink mai tais and do this and do that. It's
Well, it's a character, right?
yeah,
It's
I
an
mean,
act.
we've talked about
It's a
this.
show.
I remember Te Kohe was sharing the phrase tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, like you're reaching too far. And as a kid from Hawaii, Te Kohe would share with me, like as a kid from Aotearoa, they have a very similar
That's rife.
mentality. You're not supposed to reach that far. You know, that's where's the successful examples of those people?
Yeah.
There's not a lot to choose from, and so you're supposed to be this other thing that doesn't allow you to be unapologetic. It doesn't allow you to take up the space, to breathe the air that's around you, and be okay with it. You know, that's a difficult thing, and at the same time, 100% necessary. if you want to do or be a part of the performing arts. Yeah.
It sounds liberating, yet there becomes so many more levels to who you are outside of acting, because it becomes a way of life. Once you see things, you can't unsee it. Does it affect your relationships outside of work?
Yep.
You know, I mean, I can see how it can affect the positives, but like,
Yeah.
how do you, you know, like, is it a matter of like, well, you're so emotional, or like, can you not be with like other non-actors, or like people who don't get it? Like, I'm just.
So I went to drama school.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
I know, kind of crazy question, but.
Yeah, I went to drama school for 3 years. After my first year, I went back to the hometown that I grew up in, and all of my friends were like, and they were looking at me funny. And then one of my best friends said to me, "Oh, you talk funny now. You're a bit different." And I was like, "What? How? I'm still the same." Nah. And then all my friends were like, "Nah, you're different now, bro." And I didn't get offended by it. I went, maybe I am. I said, yeah, okay, maybe I am different. Maybe I am different. But it does change. Your circle gets real small. Gets really, really small.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
Get real small. It's been, and it's like my relationship with my wife. It can get real hard. It can get really, really hard. So it's about the communication side. And I say gets really, really hard because you're an artist, right? So you don't work a normal job. You're not working in a 9 to 5. There's no guarantees on anything. You could do 100 auditions in a year and get none of them. And so for her and I, it's that communication on where I'm at and leaning into that. So that's for a personal relationship. But even in my friends group, my closest friends, but the 90% of them are actors anyway. So yeah, it's interesting.
You guys?
Well,
Get in there.
people who knew me are finding out about me right now. I'm such an introvert to a point where I've been doing this acting things for a while, and nobody knew anything about it. I kept it to myself because it was mostly my own thing. But now I have this platform, and it's made people kind of reflect on who Siua was, or is he the same Siua, or is he not?
Yeah.
So that's kind of coming out right now. I'm getting a couple of people reaching out and a few people making sense of why Siua was so weird all those years ago.
All those years ago.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
But just like what Te Kohe was saying, like, okay, well, I am Siua. I am, you know, you accept me from whatever I was years ago, you accept me now. And I want to answer real quick on the question about before. What I've learned from doing this show is that it taught me to be more me, in a way. You know, just to continue being Siua, continue being kind and respectful and all that. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the relationships outside of work.
I've always found it to give us more empathy. Give me more empathy, at least. I always like to make the example of like the homeless guy holding the sign. It's like that. You know how it takes to be at a place where you're putting up a sign, and now you're showing this sign to people, strangers, like, hey, this is my situation. And I, before I was like, it's a homeless person. It didn't register. And now I do, I see people like that, and I think to myself, like, no, I have some empathy for somebody like that. And that's, it sounds silly, but it's from reading scripts and characters that are very much that person in front of us with this sign, So
Yeah.
the empathy, I always feel like, is one of those things that we take away, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I have a final question, kind of wrapping up. And I want to hear from each of you. But what do you really hope that people feel when they watch Chief of War?
Go. I was gonna say something silly.
Oh, right.
As long as they're just
No,
not
I
talking.
just think I really want Hawaiians to just see themselves, and however that makes them feel, right? Well, it makes them feel weird about themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to really see themselves and to allow themselves to just watch it. Yeah, good or bad, I don't know. I'm not. Your feelings are your feelings. That's how I think about stuff. But yeah, that's what I want. Just to watch and see themselves.
All right.
Siua's like this all the time.
Oh my God, he'll come back 2 days later with the. Oh, should I ask this question?
Siua, you're supposed to show up tomorrow at 2 p.m. By the way, I just want to let you know. That way you're there at 4.
Yeah.
I'm excited for everyone that's cast on this show, and for the world to see the beauty in our talent, in our stories, and our intellect, and what we bring to the world from this. You know, that's what And then real quick if I can. I promise it'll be quick. I was talking about this the other day, that in Tonga when I was growing up, I grew up in this little swampy area. We'd always go to the village house. They had the TV. And I had whatever it was that was instilled in me. So to that Tongan kid in Tonga running around in the swamp, you can be anything.
I love that.
You can
bro.
climb out of the swamp and do something. So,
You did.
oh, I did.
You did.
Oh yeah, all right.
You're a prime example.
Yeah,
You won't say it, but I will for you.
you always do. Bro.
I do,
You
bro.
always do.
I always got you. If it's anything for me, it's the resurgence of Olelo Hawaii, and there already is a resurgence. I think this is going to be a huge movement in the right direction to even strengthen that. I really do. And now I feel bad because I didn't translate for you, so I can say it again if you want.
No, it's okay. Let it
No
be.
kalani ku pule ka uhana, no ke opuni o Maui, a no kala hui Hawaii. My work is for kalani ku pule, for the kingdom of Maui, and for the people of Hawaii. Mahalo nui, kikopo.
Elegant and
Ew.
eloquent. Thank you guys so much for being here, sharing space with me, sharing your stories. I am so honored to be friends really with each of you, and I can't believe you guys actually text me back.
We love you, Star. We do.
No, just honored.
You're doing good
Honored,
work.
proud of you. Your work is so incredible, and we have a little tradition here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have you just look into the camera, say your name, and between you and me, something. So I would say into the camera, "Hi, I'm Stardal Thurston, and between you and me, I am a porigi."
Oh, okay, I love
so
that.
it
Something,
can-
something's quick.
Yeah, but it can also, it can be advice, it can be sentimental, it can be silly, kind of wherever you're feeling at the end of
Gotcha.
where
I
we
got
are.
it. I got one.
Okay, you go
Okay.
first then.
This is me here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hi, my name is Brandon Finn, and between you and me, you are great.
Hammer.
Hamo.
This one here.
You can go here.
This one here.
Yeah.
Kia ora te whānau. I'm Te Kohe Tuhaka. Between you and me. There, that thing, that I just left that space between you and me.
Okay, Siua.
Hurry up.
Bring
we
it
got
home,
a
brother.
date with Mai Tais in the bar. Come on, let's go.
Hello. Which camera am I looking at? All of them.
Over here, over here.
All of them. Come here.
Trained actors we are.
See you. I'll find the camera. So as I say, I'm Siua Ikale'o. Between you and me, I'm Siua Ikale'o, and you are amazing the way you are.